question I usually get every time is, Nakia, how can I find a product that I'm not gonna waste my money, that's gonna sell? And just in case you didn't know who I am, my name is Nakia, and I basically did 6 figures my first year selling on Amazon, and now I'm dedicated to helping other people grow their stores, start their stores, find the products of their dreams. You can do all the research in the world, try to make every little thing perfect, but until you launch and you test, you won't know, and you won't find the answer in your head. So if you've been stuck in your head and you're like, but Nakia, I have multiple product ideas, and you're like, which product is gonna sell a bit more? You're like, which product is gonna sell better? Would this product A sell better than product B? You're gonna get stuck in your head and never launch. Better to choose a product, whether it's product A or B, and just start, just go. The amount that you invest, you should be ready to lose, or you should be comfortable knowing that, okay, well, if I lose it, I know I can pay it back. If it's something that absolutely keeps you on edge, it may not be the right amount for you to invest right now. So invest the amount that you're comfortable with, that you could afford to lose, or like better way to say it is that you can afford to know that, okay, if I lose it, I can just pay it back. I started out, remember I said I invested my last savings, and I went in there knowing, okay, so even if I lost this amount, not a big deal. I could get a job again and pay off the debt or whatever, get it sorted to figure out how to pay it off. I'm ready to take this risk to get me to the next level, but I still had that part in my mind where if I failed, I could just replenish the money. And I was in a rough spot, so I'm not saying like I was rolling in dough, right? This was my last savings. I took this risk knowing what was involved. So when people ask that question saying, but how can I find a good product that sells well without wasting your money? They're basically saying like, how can I find a product where I'm not gonna fail, I'm not gonna make any mistakes, and I'm just gonna perfectly do it? It doesn't work that way. There's always some type of risk, especially if you don't have experience, you don't know your audience yet, you're trying to get to know a platform. There's gonna be a learning curve, and you have to be ready for that. And so there's no such thing. There's no one-size-fits-all product that's just gonna sell. Yes, that product may have sold for Jerry. That product may have sold for me, but doesn't mean it's gonna sell for you. So you have to find that product that works for you, and you test and you position and you tweak according to how you are, how you market, according to how the market currently is. There's no one size fit all. Now, if you do a drop shipping model, which is usually where that means that you don't have inventory and then you're putting the product out, then buying it from a supplier when someone buys from it, then there's less risk, because what happens is you are then only buying the product. And so this was a part of what I did, is you're only buying the product when someone buys from you. But it still has its cons, because there comes a time when you sell too much, and then you're like, well, I don't have enough money to even fulfill the orders. So there's like pros and cons for both sides. Just one side, you put more money ahead, and there's one side that you just buy as you go. But if the orders come too quick, it's a good problem, but there's still problems with it. But that's another option too. So one of the ways to get product ideas, and I sold on Amazon, so this is how I did it, was I went on platforms, right? So platforms like Amazon, and I looked for products on there, product ideas right on Amazon, right on that platform. Like the video. Text YouTube at 833-431-0828. I'm about to do a Amazon demonstration so I can show you. So I prefer to choose a category, and I want you to keep this in mind that you're on this platform for marketing research purposes. You're looking to get some product ideas here. So you need to put your detective cap on. So you get these ideas. They get your mind like going. So let's say you decide to choose clothing. So you're gonna comb through the categories, choose a category through the clothing section, and let's say we decided we're just gonna look at dresses. And then once you click on dresses, what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at one of the listings. You're gonna choose some listings, and then you're gonna look at the reviews. And so you're gonna look at the questions people are asking, you know, in that question section. You're gonna look in the reviews, like what people are saying, what type of things are they saying that is missing or should be there. And this will give you ideas, it will get your mind going of what type of things you could sell, or what type of things they like about it. One thing you have to remember is that just because it's selling on Amazon doesn't mean it's selling on other platforms, right? Because this is customer specific to Amazon, but this is there to help you, like give you a little push, especially with someone who's never done e-commerce. So you're trying to figure out, okay, what's working on here that people will buy? And you can do the same idea anywhere else. That's the beauty of things, right? It works the same way because this is how people will market research, right? You're seeing what's out there in the industry and what is the competition doing. This is to make you aware of what's going on around you. So the next thing I usually look at is the rank. Now the rank can really help you understand like how often an item is selling. And so how it works on Amazon is usually the rank goes up and down. And so depending on how much times it sells, it will start to get lower. And then if it's not selling for a longer period of time, the rank starts to get higher. So usually my rule of thumb is anything under 100,000 will do really well. And the closer it gets to 10,000, it's doing well. If it's below 10,000, it's selling like hotcake. So the rank really gives you an idea of how well it's selling. So let's say you land on a dress with patterns. I'm just giving you an example. And you're like, oh yes, like, you know, people commented there, they said what they liked about it, the rank was good, it's selling. Then what you're gonna do now is maybe get ideas and then start researching to source, okay, where you can get printed dresses right from the vendor. Another idea I can give you to run with is the Amazon bestseller list or the Amazon holiday list. So when I was running my business, these things were gold because when I would run out of ideas of how to find items that, you know, were not so hot that everyone was on, that was my secret, was looking at the Amazon like list, their bestseller list, and basically use it in a way where I would get ideas for the category. So it wouldn't be the product in the bestseller list, but I'll get ideas from looking, like, let's say if, I don't know, like, let's say if there's a game on there, then I would look at the category and be like, okay, this is something I can look at. So I'll look at the category for games and then try to find products in there. So that's how you do it. So you can get ideas that way because it gives you an idea of what's kind of selling. And like anything else, as you do market research, not all the items were gems on that list, but a lot of them gave me ideas of where to look, if that made sense. So you can end up finding gems in other categories because you never would have thought of looking in that category unless you saw the list. The point of this is to look on Amazon and scout. Basically, look for ideas. If you don't have any ideas or you're trying to figure out, like let's say if you have 2 ideas in your mind of different product ideas, like go look for similar products and see like, okay, which rank is lower? Like what are their reviews like? And maybe that can help you make a decision. The whole point of this is to help you make a decision. So you choose that product. Choose a product and you have an idea of what's gonna sell. So whatever that product is, whether that's handmade or whether that's a product that you're gonna have to find something similar, right? It's about getting the idea to see what is selling. So I'm not saying that you're gonna be selling these name brand products, like obviously, but what it does is it helps you understand like what's out there. It helps you give you ideas. Then you can look for other people that are selling it. Then you can look for where else you could source it or how you can make that product. You're a creative person, but it's meant to be there to give you an idea of what products you could sell. And it also like smashes that myth saying like, oh, I need to find that best-selling product right in your head, and you're like, but which product is gonna sell? So this will give you maybe a peace of mind, right, to see like, okay, how is it actually doing with that idea that I'm thinking of? Or maybe no one is doing it yet. Maybe that's how you're gonna do your research. So based on this video, you can make it your own. Make it your own and research in your own way, because now you have an idea of how to do it. Until you actually launch and you actually test and you create your profile like I showed in the part 2 of attracting your ideal customer. I'll post it over here. You won't know until you take action. You won't know until you choose a product and make a decision. So once you start, you'll start to figure out what product is working, what products people are gravitating to, what are people liking, right? And you'll be able to maybe create an extension of a variation of that. So if people are all liking a yellow shirt, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna create more yellow shirts of this design, right? So you're creating variation and you're expanding based on what you see is selling. But you can't do that if you're stuck in your head. So if you found a product, choose a product, post in the comments, let me know. I'm happy to help you brainstorm. I'm happy to give some guidance and see what you guys conjure up and what you found. And if you're looking to start your store, you're looking to choose a platform, you're looking to choose that product and get like extensive help, come to the Let's Go Bananas retreat. It's happening over the weekend, November 19th to the 20th. It's happening, and it's gonna be an exciting time, and we're gonna go all in. I'm gonna be able to help you hands-on. So definitely click the link in the description, and so you could come to the retreat. Why not come to that product building retreat? It's gonna be so exciting, and see you next week, guys.